Welcome, everyone, or one so far. Oh, no, we got two. There we go. Now I see two. Thank you guys all for tuning in. My first episode of a new show. We're going to try out. We're going to try it out. You never know. It's always worth a try. I have time to try new things out now, which is awesome. I love trying new things out. This is called MERLO'S Macabre Matinee. We kind of chose that name last week, exactly a week ago, when I did my pre-Indiegogo chat. And so this is episode one. And so those of you who are new here didn't catch last week's stream, but what this show is going to be about, this is just basically to get me to watch more movies in the horror genre, as I do feel like I don't get a chance to watch enough these days. I really don't. Let's say hello to our chat that we've got so far. We've got Morgan Wellborn. Hey, man. Morgan Wellborn and Drayton Sawyer. Jared, our buddy Jared. I like the intro. Very cool. Hey, kind of that's something I whipped up like that, Try to make it look fancy, but I'm no editor, so you just do what you can and see what it looks like in the end. And that was a piece of music I was working on at some point, and I never put any words to it or anything, never finished it. So I thought, we'll use it for this. There you go. It needs the mix is a little rough on that one though. I need to remix it a little bit and see if I can get it sounding better. We'll see. Came out good. That could be better. I'm a little tough on I haven't actually done anything music-wise for so long. I kind of started picking the guitar up a little bit not too long ago. Pretty rough. It's pretty rough. My playing is not as good. I probably couldn't play that anymore. The old rhythm hand needs some work. I like a lot of that kind of heavy stuff though. Not all the heavy stuff. I like that style of sort of the power metal type stuff, the thrash metal. But I'm old school, a little more old school. I'm an old guy. That's why. I'm no young buck. I was noticing too. I was singing the other night. I'm getting like ringing in my ear when I sing now. Sucks getting old. I sing and I get ringing in my ear. Hey, Nona Chan, how you doing? Sorry I'm late. Well, you're not really that late. You're a few minutes. So don't apologize for that. We just started. We haven't got on to chatting about anything. We are going to chat about this stuff, about this movie. Hopefully you guys have seen Banshee Chapter. It says The Banshee Chapter in my thumbnail. Should have done my research for it. But I guess some people, it is called The Banshee Chapter in some things. I don't know. But it is called Banshee Chapter. There is not really supposed to be a the in there. Something I should have realized before I made the thumbnail. It is what it is. Morgan, was that you that suggested it last week? I can't remember who it was now. It could have been you, or I don't know. I want new suggestions every week if I can. If I can get new suggestions from you guys for new movies, and if this show doesn't go great, if this is again, I want to try different things. If this idea of a new film every week, maybe 2 films if I have time, if I got time. We'll try it out and we'll just see. I'm always open to suggestions on other themes we can do for shows as well. Again, I'm still kind of looking for a co-host to possibly do on Tuesday nights at the same time. John Evans did seem interested. I should talk to him again about it just to see if he would want to do it, and we'll kind of collaborate. I want to do collaborations. I like collaborating from time to time. Not all the time, but yeah. Morgan, you just watched it again. Was that you that suggested it last week? I can't remember. Working while watching. Hey, at least you're tuning in. You're tuning in while working. That's pretty cool, Nona. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. There we go. And next week on Merlot's movie Massacre, just want to kind of talk about all this stuff first before we get into the movie. Yes, it was. Okay, it was you. It was. I thought it might have been, but I wasn't 100% sure. So we'll talk about it. You might even have some insight for me on this film. I don't know. I'm always open to insight. What was I saying? Next week on Merlot's Movie Massacre, we are going to break down the Sawyer Massacre trailer a bit for you. I'm going to take your questions about certain things and this and that and that and this, but we'll show some screenshots and some little cool nuggets here and there. Things that I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun to do that. So the trailer is, I should say teaser. It's not really a full trailer. It's a teaser. It's still getting a lot of good views, a lot of likes. Very, very, very happy that everybody seems to like the teaser for the Sawyer Massacre. And our Indiegogo campaign is currently sitting at 30% funded. So that's not bad for not even a week in. We're not even a week into the campaign and we're 30% already. So that's pretty cool. Just gonna say. It's pretty cool. I think. I don't know. We're doing pretty well. We're excited about it. Tickets for the premiere are on sale as well if you are in the Texas area. Or maybe you want a road trip like I'm traveling all the way from Western Canada to be at that premiere. Damn it, I'm gonna be there. You know it. I have to be there. I'm the director. Gotta be there no matter what. But yeah, coming all the way down from Canada to go to Austin, Texas, just to be at the premiere. So tickets on sale, VIP and general admission. Go check it out. Get your tickets while you can. We would like to sell out that theater. It's a pretty good sized theater at the Austin Film School. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It's gonna be tons of fun. You can meet me in person. Wouldn't you love to meet me in person? I don't know. Meet Leatherface in person. He should be there. He sounds like he's gonna be there. I told him you gotta be there. Pretty much everybody's gonna be there. Everybody from the cast and crew is going to be there, so you should too. Just saying. Jared says, it's been a while since I've seen the Banshee Chapter. Oh, there you go. I just watched it for the first time last night. First time ever. I will say, when it came up on Tubi, was this film on Netflix at some point? I feel like I recognized the poster that they had for it. I felt like I did. I could be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I really thought that poster looked familiar. I don't really watch Tubi a lot because of all the ads. And sometimes the films aren't in the best quality, especially if it's an older film. This was a 2013 film, so the quality was doable. It was doable. But it is like anytime I've had to watch like an 80s film on Tubi, it's like, can we get this somewhere else? So they got the old, I don't even think it's 720, it's like 360 quality. Not very good. It's like really blurry and stuff. So not even 720 standard definition. It's like 360 pixel. If that even, who knows? It could be less. I don't know. At least give me the 720. I can handle the 720. I can handle that. Remember the cover reminded me of the movie Pin. Not sure I've seen that either. Maybe that'll be next week's movie. I don't know. You guys start putting your thinking caps on for what I should watch for next week, because I'm at least gonna do this week and next week for this show. I don't know how many people we got in the chat at this. I mean, I only see 1, 2, 3 of you. So we'll see if we get more. We'll see if we get more. And, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the film. I also, I might, this is one of those films that I left with some questions, maybe some gaps. We'll call them gaps. It was one of those, I had some gaps. Anyways, let's start talking about it. We're more than 10 minutes in now, so I had no idea what this movie was even about going into it. I just looked it up real quick, and I saw name I didn't know, director I didn't know, but I saw Ted Levine. Oh, Ted Levine. I know who that is. I love Ted Levine. I don't think he's ever been in anything I didn't like. And I think I could still say that with this film. But, I do have some issues here and there with it. And this could be one of those films that I'm going to appreciate more on a second watch. This is just my first time watch, so I just... Buffalo Bill. Whether Ted Levine's playing Buffalo Bill or what's his name from Monk? Stottlemyre. Chief Stottlemyre from Monk. He's good at cops. He's good at playing cops. He's good in Heat. He was in Heat. Remember that? He's good in pretty much everything he's in. He's just one of those actors, He's just great no matter what. But, he'll probably always be most remembered for playing Buffalo Bill. Probably. But he's great. So I saw Ted Levine, and I thought, okay, this got to be good then. Got to be good. So, I had all kinds of issues last night trying to get Tubi to play the damn movie. I don't know what it is with Tubi. I know if you pay for the subscription, you get better. You don't have all the ads, and I don't know, but it was like Tubi wouldn't play it. It would just got the circle of death, and I had to wait, and I was waiting, and finally it played. I was like, thank God, because I gotta talk about this movie. I almost tried to watch it on my phone instead, which I'd rather not watch this on my phone. And my wife was there with me. She wasn't really watching though. She was doing some research on some stuff, and I think that's one of the things here why I don't get to see too many horror movies these days, because I'm always with my wife. And she's not the biggest horror buff. She doesn't want to watch too many horror. And I do show her the odd one now and again and stuff like that. Hey, there's our buddy John from John Evans of Behind the Fiends. Now, I hope you haven't changed it. It's Fiendishly Fantasy Productions. I hope that's not the new name, because we've got you in the credits of our film as Behind the Fiends podcast. I hope you're still called Behind the Fiends. If not, we could probably do something. I don't know. But I think it even said Behind the Fiends on the logo you sent me. Didn't it? And John, I saw that you sent me a DM. I didn't get a chance to read it, unfortunately. I was setting this all up. But I saw that you sent me a DM, I think, on Facebook rather than Instagram. So you can ask me, you can tell me what it's about here if you want, or I'll get to it after. I will check it. I always check my DMs. I'm usually pretty good with responding to DMs. Typically. All right, let's get to this movie. Has everybody seen this movie? Because I am going to get into spoilers a little bit here, guys. So I hope everyone has. I know, so Morgan has. Jared, the Drayton Sawyer has, but it's been a while, he says. Has Nona Chan and John Evans seen Banshee Chapter? Because if not, now's your chance to deke out. Deke out, watch the movie, come back to this, and we'll talk later. No, Behind the Fiends still exists. Fiendishly Fantasy is just my LLC. Oh, that the Behind the Fiends is trademarked under. That's good to know. And it's good to have an LLC. I'm still looking into that myself. We've done some damn good branding and stuff like that these days. Joe created an awesome logo for me. You know, where's Joe? Joe should be here. I think I sent him an invite to tonight. So whatever. He might be busy. He might be creating more logos for me. I don't know. Anyways, I thought this was kind of an interesting. It started out very interesting. It started out very documentary like. So I thought, is this going to be like a documentary or a mockumentary, or one of those films that kind of deceives you into thinking it's a documentary, but it's not. I never really quite felt like I got the full answer on that. And that could be kind of one of my negatives, I guess you could say, of the film. Is this found footage or is it a documentary? It feels very much like that, but it's like it's not. You know what I mean? Like there's some parts where they're recording themselves and it's set up like a documentary, but then there's other stuff that's like there's no way that's documentary footage. So I don't know. Oh, he hasn't seen it. You better go see it. Found footage hybrid. That makes sense. It was so that was kind of weird for me. It was kind of weird for me. I had a hard time kind of figuring out what the heck this movie is. Because you have the main character doing her log, talking about and there's a lot of voiceover stuff. So that was different. I don't know if I've ever seen one that was quite like this in that style. So. Found footage hybrid is what Morgan is calling it. I guess it's probably the best way you could describe it. Yeah, interesting. The beginning was interesting. I thought it seemed like some of this was obviously based on true stuff to at least some point. Maybe there's a fair amount that's exaggerated upon, but we saw the footage of President Clinton talking about these incidents and stuff like that, and so I thought that was interesting. I thought it was very interesting. I did see that it's based on an H.P. Lovecraft novel. I never read the H.P. Lovecraft novel, so I'm kind of wondering how similar it is to that. Obviously, this felt like it took place in modern times and stuff like that, so probably isn't too based on it. I don't know. We'll see. I never read I don't read a lot. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't read a lot. At least not a lot of books. I shouldn't say I don't read a lot. I do read a lot. I just don't read a lot of books. I mostly do research of stuff online is my primary form of reading. I'm reading your comments right now, sort of. Kind of, a little bit, if I can read them. My eyesight's getting a little bit worse as I get older. A little bit. Far Beyond, that was the one. Yes, that was the one they said it's kind of loosely based off of, Kind of like the movie that they made for The Lawnmower Man was really loosely based off of Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man. And I know that Stephen King was like, you can't call your movie that. It has nothing to do with... Apparently it was really... I've never read The Lawnmower Man, but apparently the movie was quite a bit different. I do remember watching that movie once, and it was like, yeah... I could see why Stephen King would complain about this. I could see. Good thing they never did make that sequel they were talking about making. That Pruning Shears guy. That would have been epic. Oh, man. Oh, they did make a Lawnmower Man too. There you go. And it wasn't called That Pruning Shears guy. I don't know. I guess, was the first one really a hit though? Was this movie really a hit? I didn't really research much on this film other than quick look at Wikipedia. I was looking like, who's this movie starring? I don't know who it's starring. other than Ted Levine, of course. And it's directed by, I don't know who it's directed by. I think his name was Nick somebody. Was it Nick? I'm gonna just go to the old Wikipedia right now. Oh no, sorry, Blair Erickson. I have never heard of this guy before. If he has directed anything else that I should know about, please let me know. 'Cause I'm always interested. Because there was a unique style here. There was definitely a unique style with this film. A bit of a slow burn, which actually I typically like, and I didn't mind the slow burn. Some of this, there was a couple shots. It was like this could be a little less drawn out, a little bit less. But I kind of got why they had to draw some of the stuff in the laboratory. Those shots of the patient being injected, and the doctor's waiting for those would get drawn on a little bit more. Lawnmower Man 2, Weed Whacker Willie. Yeah. Oh man. So this film is a lot like indie film Curse of Arrow. I don't know. I haven't seen that one either. See, this is why I need more movies to watch. I know I should watch that one probably. There's already a new suggestion of what I should watch next week. As long as I can find it easily online. If I don't have to go to some paid site to get it. That is my only stipulation as far as picking new movies. I have to be able to access it easily. So Netflix, Tubi. We don't have Disney Plus anymore. I don't think you find much horror on Disney Plus other than PG horror. So the Addams Family and stuff like that. Mr. Boogedy. Although I loved Mr. Boogedy growing up. Did you guys like Mr. Boogedy? You guys ever see that? Mr. Boogedy? And The Bride of Boogedy was the sequel. My kid loves those. I think this was Blair's only movie too. Oh well. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to see if it really was. Because it's not a bad film. It's not a bad film. I hope that none of my comments make me think that I hated it or anything. I feel like it's definitely worth a second watch for me for sure. Because I think things were easily missed in this film. I feel like I missed something. I definitely feel like I missed something. So I think it's one you gotta really watch. So I'm interested to see if I'll like it more on a second watch. Things I didn't like about it though, probably the thing I didn't like about it the most were the jump scares. I hate to say it. I mean, I think there's a time and a place. I think if it was less, I wouldn't mind so much, but there did seem to be quite a few of the exact same jump scare, if you know what I mean. And that's like the person turning in, the black eyes, and you saw it at the beginning, and then you saw it later with what's her name? I'm forgetting the characters' names already. I forget all the characters' names for this. James, there was James, and yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It was and some of the jump scares, you couldn't see what it was too well. You just saw a little something, but the loud noise made you know that it was supposed to be a jump scare. Example of that one, would be when the main character, again, I'm so bad with character names. What is the main character's name? Was it Katie? I don't remember. I don't remember anything. Anne. Sorry, it was Anne. Way off. And her friend James was the one that went missing. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm so First time watch, though. It is a first time watch, so give me a break. Give me a break. I'm not usually the best with names. I'll remember her face if I see her in anything else. I'll get some new chatters here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Slaughtered Lamb Movie Podcast. Thank you guys for just popping in to say hi. Looking forward to the Sawyer Massacre. Thank you so much, guys. That's Darren and Frank. I'm not sure if it's one over the other that comments using the YouTube channel, but thank you to both, and thank you guys for your plug the other day. I really, really appreciate it. And Eduardo Guerrero, hello, man. It's been a while since I've seen you as well, so hope you're doing well. We are talking the Banshee Chapter, or just Banshee Chapter is really what it's called. So if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen Banshee Chapter, you might want to tune out because we're going into spoilers. I feel you horrible with name. Bootleg 317, thank you for tuning in as well. I believe you were in on Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. Again, my memory. I'm getting older, guys. Oh, getting older sucks. Man, I wish it was... 41 is like, I remember James. I don't even remember Ted Levine's character's name. What was that? I'm going to go to... Here I go. Back to Wikipedia. I can't believe I can't remember. He's a very Hunter S. Thompson-esque character, it says on here, and I can really see it. Thomas Blackburn. Jeez, his name was Thomas Blackburn, and James Hirsch was the guy that went missing. And what was his friend's name? Cuts away the camera footage. Yeah. But what is the name of the guy who was filming him? I don't know. Well, not that he was that important, but, well, he kind of is, though. Kind of is. Yes, Blackburn. There you go. Of course. I feel like horrible. Just moving to a new home. Oh, moving. Don't you love moving? I actually kind of hope I'm going to be moving soon. This place is getting too damn small for me and my family. It really is. Not kidding. But it's cheap rent here. And it's cheap. When you look at how expensive everything is now. It's cheap. Jared says, it does suck getting old. I'll be 35 on the 19th. Oh, 35. I missed that age. It wasn't that long ago. But I miss it. I'll be 42 in June. And there you go. John's a little older. Tell me about it. He's 46. Oh, man, your 40s suck. I hate my 40s so far. Like, my hearing is getting bad. My memory's getting bad. Oh, man. I don't know what to say about my 40s so far. It's like when you start really notice things going downhill. Your energy level, downhill. It'd be nice if I could sing again and not have this ringing in my ear. I don't know what that is. What is that? Ringing in my left ear. I don't know. Does that mean I'm losing my hearing? Probably. I feel like I've been losing my hearing for 20 years now, pretty much. Oh, Morgan, you're 51. Jeez. Oh. Well, at least you made it to 51, I guess. That's the good thing. I hope I can make it there. But with these darn kids I got, you never know. Anyways, so the main character of Anne is looking for her friend James, who mysteriously disappeared while doing this sort of documentary thing. And it's interesting. It's definitely very interesting. I like the acting, though. I will say this. I thought, I'm surprised I haven't seen some of these actors before. Other than Ted Levine. I mean, I haven't seen any of these actors. They're actually, they sold me. I'm not sure if all that footage in the beginning was authentic. Obviously, the President Clinton was authentic, footage. What do you call it? Stock footage. I'm not sure if some of the other older stuff it looked pretty stock. It looked pretty authentic. Somebody clarify for me if all that footage at the beginning was stock or not. Yeah. As it sure looked real. If somebody put a filter on those and the actors were able to pull off the old school type of lingo, good on them. They did a damn good job. I'll say that. If that's the case, I feel like it's probably all stock. But there was a part of me that's like, I wonder if this is part of the movie. Like if this is like, real. Like, I don't know. It looked authentic. We'll just say that. So if it wasn't authentic, they did a damn good job. There's that doctor at the beginning. I was like, I want to actually go back and see if he matches up with the doctor you see later in the film. They were similar. They were similar. Anyways, they were similar. So it's about this drug, this movie. I don't know if it's supposed to necessarily be like a mind control drug, or I gather, like I was getting at that they were taking like something from people who've died and putting in, injecting it into other people. But there's all this alien feel too. That's where I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff with this movie. I'm like, it almost feels like there's some alien involvement, but there's government conspiracy. It feels like a lot of elements. And it's really hard to pinpoint what it truly is, which makes it interesting at the same time, but it makes me like, I'm at the end of the movie. I'm like, I feel like I must have missed something. Does that make sense? Just so you guys know, I'm not reviewing this movie. I'm not going to review this. I totally won't. I'm not a movie reviewer. I'll never be a movie reviewer. That would be tough. I'm just here to kind of chat about it a little bit. Here to chat about it because it was interesting. If there's something I missed, though, I want to know. At the end of the film, I kind of want to talk about this because I never really quite got it. I thought I was onto something, actually. It's one of those things where I thought I was onto a big twist, and then it was like, no, that doesn't work. No, that can't be what I'm thinking. But maybe it is in a different way. They talked about the friend that was with James at the beginning and how he disappeared too, but he never took the drug. So she figured James is dead. He took the drug and it ate at him or whatever, like it did with everybody else that took the drug. Was it Katie? I'm trying to remember. I think Katie was the friend. Was the friend of Ted Levine's, of Thomas Blackburn. He's Ted Levine. I'm calling him Ted Levine, damn it. Yeah, I don't know. It's it almost had this feeling like maybe aliens were taking over our government or something. It had almost that kind of a vibe to it. I don't know if that's right or not, but I was kind of getting at that kind of a feel. Morgan says, never heard them use alien in the movie. I got the impression these beings were from another dimension. Okay. Yeah, I could see that too. I mean, you never hear alien in the entire film, but some of the imagery you see, it was otherworldly, I guess you would say. It almost felt like it could also be like demon stuff, too, like possession or whatever, it's, but we don't know. The whole thing is we don't really know what all this is. It's very interesting. Maybe it deserves a sequel to kind of dive into it a little bit more. Yeah. Question I do have a question. Did Blackburn actually put the drug in Anne's drink? I thought that was going to reveal something near the end too. That was another thing. I don't know. I'm curious. I feel like I feel like there was potential for some really cool reveal. And maybe it did reveal something and I just missed it. It's possible. So it felt like it. It felt like it was revealing something here at the end, which I love. I love that kind of stuff, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. It's one of those things. I couldn't quite wrap my head around it. Definitely worth a second watch. But again, I wish it didn't have so many jump scares. And so much of the same one. Oh yeah, the one I was talking about when Ted Levine's lady friend, I think it was Katie. We're calling her Katie. I thought the lead character was Katie. No, I think this was Katie. Or Callie. Katie or Cal, I don't know. I'm bad with names. And she's in the like the control room or whatever that they went to. And she sees a security camera and is like, "Oh, she was just here. She just entered 8 minutes ago." And you're setting up this big jump scare, and it's the suspense was actually pretty good. I'm like, "Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, where's she gonna come out of?" It's like, and you're expecting the jump scare, but I barely saw anything. It's like you see like her hand come from underneath the stairs or something. But, mostly what you got was a loud sound rather than a scary image, So, I mean, that was kind of that was a bit of a letdown, it felt like it should have been better than that. And they used the loud sound to kind of, I don't know, make it seem scarier than it was. I don't know. Just a little nitpick. I don't know. Could have done with a little less jump scares. But I did like some of the suspense that they built in it. It's funny how this movie came out in 2013 and I'm just hearing about it now. But I do feel like I saw that poster before. I feel like I saw the poster and just never bothered watching it because, I don't know. I thought maybe the poster didn't really look that cool to me. I don't know. Too many jump scares, I agree, kind of takes you out of the movie, and to me doesn't advance the plot. Yeah, this had a plot, though. I'll tell you that. This movie had a plot. It was just a little bit... It was a little tough to follow. Yeah, but it was a slow burn. It wasn't that long of a film, though. I think it was only an hour and a half. Typical length for a film. But, there were some long, drawn-on shots that... and I get it. If I was the director, I probably would have wanted those shots as long as he had them too. I get it. It's very art. Did the director write this film? That's another good question. I'm going to look that up right now. That would make a lot of sense for sure. When you're the writer and you're directing, you want to see things a certain way. Screenplay, but story was Daniel J. Healy, but the screenplay was by Blair Erickson, who also directed it. So, screenplay, yeah, you get credit, that's for sure. You get a credit. So, anyways, back to you guys. Anyways, guys, what did you think of this movie? I liked it for the most part. Again, I could see myself watching this again at some point just to see what I missed. I feel like I missed something with the friend. They were talking about the friend that went missing that didn't take the drug. What happened to him? I feel like that's supposed to tell me a little something, but I just don't know what. So I'm interested. Maybe there's some theories out there. Maybe we're supposed to theorize on what happened to him. What is he didn't take the drug? What does that mean? If you don't take the drug, you're still affected by it. If you're in contact with it, could still get you. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're going for. It's hard to say. They always have this movie at a local Big Lots here. Oh, I ought to check it out now. Yeah, you should. It's not bad. Again, it's a slower paced movie. So a lot of younger horror fans probably won't like it. I'm gonna guess a lot of younger horror fans wouldn't like it. Just like a lot of the younger horror fans didn't really like Mother. I thought Mother was great. I got it though. I think a lot of younger people probably don't get that movie. So you have to get it to like it. It's pretty much a one-time watch though for me. I'll say that. I liked Mother, but I got it. So it's like I feel like I don't want to watch it again because it was it was a slow burn. It was uncomfortable. It was a hard movie to watch. But at the same time, I look at that and say, wow, that was very brilliant. It was well acted. I don't know. And if you get it, then why do you need to see it again? Another one was Nocturnal Animals. Did you guys see Nocturnal? That was a slow burn as well. But and a lot of people didn't get that movie. It was not up for Oscars back when it came out. Michael Shannon was amazing in it. Well, the whole cast and crew was amazing in it. A lot of people didn't like what's her name? Amy Adams in it. They said she was too cold in it. Well, that was her character. Amy Adams is a pretty damn good actress. I'll say that. She did a great job of playing the character she was playing. But I can see why some people don't like those movies, especially if you're younger, because it's not an Avengers or these fast-paced movies that I think we gear towards younger people these days, and I don't know, slow burns don't work for most of them. This movie I would have liked it more if it didn't have as many jump scares. But I kind of liked that I didn't fully get it. I kind of got it, but I didn't fully get it because it makes me want to go back and rewatch it. Because I like to discover things. I like it when I can watch a movie and discover new layers every time I watch it. Those are the types of movies I like. That was always the case with Black Christmas. I loved Black Christmas the first time I watched it, but I loved it more. I loved it more and more every time I watched it, because I would discover new things. I would hear new things from Billy's dialogue that would really intrigue me, and I bet this movie would kind of do the same thing. And Black Christmas. Don't get me wrong, Black Christmas is a slow burn as well. Not quite to this level, though. Not quite to this level, I would say. But it is still kind of a slow burn as well. So, anyways, The Eyes of Mother is a weird one too. The Eyes of Mother. Michael Shannon is an amazing, underrated actor. His General Zod was on par with Terrence Stamp. Okay, I don't know that, so I'll have to see. Now I got more stuff to watch. There was another Michael Shannon film we were going to watch recently, but my wife was like, "We got to shut this off. It's too depressing." And Michael Shannon was evicting people from their homes. We just saw like the first 5 minutes and we thought, okay, that's enough. We don't want to see people getting thrown out of their homes and stuff like that. I can't remember what that one was called, but again, it looked like Michael Shannon was going to have another fantastic performance from what we saw. He's a great actor. I mean, geez, man, he was unbelievable in Groundhog Day. I mean, he was very young. He was hardly in it, but he was in it. You guys remember Michael Shannon in Groundhog Day? Maybe a little known fact that he had a small part in Groundhog Day. Anyways, what are you guys saying now? That perfectly describes me with the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not the slow burn part, but more so I always discover new little details that make me love it more. Yeah, me too. Me too. It almost makes me wish that I was alive in 1973. That I was there for a lot of those reflections that they were talking about, instead of just sort of hearing from your parents or watching old news stories or old documentaries or whatever. But at the same time, you get enough, and you definitely learn. The more you watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the more you're going to pick up on little things, for sure. If you can stay awake through stuff that again, younger audience tends to not care. Some older people don't either. Some of the older people probably. I wonder if our film is going to be considered a slow burn. I don't know. I wonder if the Sawyer Massacre will be looked at as a slow burn. It's hard for me to judge from it at this point. I feel like parts of it are. I don't know. That'll be interesting. I'll know once I see the final cut, obviously. I'm just seeing like scenes at a time at this time, but seeing them all together, that'll be interesting for me, actually. Is it going to feel like a slow burn, or... I hope it's got a little bit of that slow burn aspect. I hope it's not just, bang, bang in your face with everything. And it shouldn't be, because, I wanted to give my characters room to breathe and, develop a little bit and, get some understanding of them. And so, anyways. Yeah, Michael Shannon, great actor. Man, I wonder if I'll ever get the chance to work with him. But yeah, he was in Groundhog Day. He was the main antagonist in Man of Steel. Oh, there you go. Been a while since I've seen that, so I can't remember too much, but it makes sense. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I think I really have to say about this movie that I can think of. Overall, I don't know how I couldn't rank it, give it a rating or anything at this point. I don't rate movies unless I've seen them. Well, that's not true. I shouldn't say that, because there's some movies that are one-time sees because I hated them so much, and it's like, this movie gets a 1 or whatever. But I do at least give a movie time to sink in a little bit before I rate them. I wouldn't watch some crap movie and give it a crap rating right off the bat. That's for sure. I need time to process it. Even I don't know. Even movie, the worst movie I think I ever saw was Surfer Dude. I knew I hated that movie when I saw it, but at the time I was like, wow, that was a really, really bad movie. But I needed time to really process and say, geez, I think this is the worst freaking movie I've ever seen. It was one of those situations where, I'm like, I thought one day, what was the worst movie I've seen? And it was, that one just came up. It was like, that's definitely the worst movie I've ever seen. If you've never seen Surfer Dude, definitely do not watch that movie. Definitely do not watch it. Even if you love Matthew McConaughey, do not watch that movie. It's terrible. I don't mind Matthew McConaughey sometimes. He does fairly decent, but man, that movie sucked. That movie was terrible. And I hear people will try to tell me that I missed some really philosophical stuff in that movie. I'm like, I did? I don't know. If there is if there really is some good it's not like The Big Lebowski, where there was some big philosophical stuff in that. The two movies I should never compare, because it's like my most hated movie and my most loved movie, But yeah, it was. That movie was a waste. It was a waste. Don't watch that movie. I would never recommend that movie to anybody, even if they just want to see how bad it is. Yeah, it's just not worth it. I've seen the cover, but never the movie. Yeah, don't watch it. If you've seen the cover, you've seen the whole movie. I'm serious. The thing, the cover is just, Matthew McConaughey, right? Looking like he's ready to surf, right? The whole movie that's what the whole movie is about. He's ready to surf, looking for some waves. Where does it go beyond that? Nowhere. Anyways, guys, let's just talk about what suggestions you guys will have for me for next week. I want to be open for suggestions. I want to pick a good one. So I want to hear your suggestions. Now we gotta, before we get too late here. I don't think I missed any. If I missed anything I should touch on in the film, let me know in the comments, and I'm happy to touch on that. But for the most part, I liked the movie. Could have done without at least some of the jump scares. Yeah, but for the most part, I liked it. Yeah, just too many jump scares. I don't know. The same ones. It felt like the same jump scares over and over. I think that was, damn, I would probably rate this pretty high if it wasn't for those damn jump scares. John Evans, so it's like a shitty Endless Summer. If it's shitty, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. Don't watch it. If you're brave enough to watch it, I don't know. You'll probably be like, Steve, you should have never mentioned that. You'll blame me for the rest of your life if you watch it. Hey, there's Susie Lopez. Just, hey, glad you can make it. We're taking suggestions for next week. We talked about the movie. We talked about Banshee Chapter. I don't know if there's anything other points on the movie I should chat about, but if there is, mention it in the chat. Otherwise, I want to hear your suggestions on what I should watch this week. What should I watch this week and talk about next Saturday at the same time? I'm open to suggestions. I want to know what you guys think. It's got to be something I haven't seen, and it has to be something that is either on Netflix or Tubi or Amazon Prime. Although some suggestions for Amazon Prime, I know we don't get here in Canada. So I want to hear your suggestions, though. Susie Lopez, beer. Okay, no. I watched Velociraptor and lived. Is that a movie suggestion? Jared said, I recommend Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I think I may have seen that, though. I recall I don't remember it too well, but I think I did see that one. I think I did. I could be wrong. I'll double check and see if I've seen it. But let's hear more suggestions from you guys. Well, don't let that be the only one, because I'm like 50-50. I think I've seen it. I may not. I might start watching and be like, oh yeah, I saw this movie. So I don't want that to happen. I know the title sounds super familiar. Killjoy 3. What about 1 and 2? Or is there no one? Is it like Dude Bro Party Massacre 3, where there is no 1 and 2? Otherwise, I'd rather watch. If it does have a 1 and 2, I'd probably rather watch one of those. Let's see. Once Bitten. I don't think I've seen that one. I got 2 that you can choose. Wolf Cop. I've seen that. And which Canadian, and Curse of Aru. Okay, I don't think I've seen that one, but Wolf Cop I have. Bootleg Midsummer, I did watch that one. Was not a big fan of it, actually. I wasn't a big fan of it. Part 3 is the best. Yeah, but is it okay to start at the third one? I don't know. If you really don't need to watch parts 1 and 2, then maybe, but I'm getting some good suggestions here. I'm liking these suggestions. Thank you guys for coming up with some good suggestions. Boy, I'm going to have to pick now. Bubba the Redneck Werewolf. I hope that these are available on like Netflix or Tubi or Amazon Prime. Make sure that they are. So I'm not going out to rent them on anything. I'm not going to do that. Sorry, guys. I'm cheap. I'm sorry. I'm cheap. That's why I have to do Indiegogo campaigns for my film, because I just don't have any money to do my Train to Busan. I've seen that. Not a big zombie guy, though. I know a lot of people love Train to Busan. I kind of like the characters, but beyond that, I was not a big fan of it. I'm just not a big zombie. Never have been a big zombie guy. I try to like zombie films, but I don't know. Even the classics, Night of the Living Dead is like, I don't mind it, but, Dawn of the Dead, I don't mind it, but it's Stan Helsing is funny. A spoof. A horror comedy. Is it like really? Is it like Scary Movie spoof? Or is it, I don't know. I'm interested though. There's some good spoof. I love a good horror comedy, and I'll never knock a good one. If it's bad, if they didn't execute it as a comedy, then that's another thing. The Poughkeepsie tapes. The Poughkeepsie tapes. Okay, that's an interesting. Geez, I got some choices here. I might have to do a poll or something like that. I'm not sure how to do polls on YouTube. Similar to the scary movies. Okay. Similar to scary movie spoofs. I don't know if I want to go quite that spoofy, but I don't know. Open to it. I want something with a little bit more horror elements in it, if possible. But, a lot of those 80s campy horrors I don't know. They're great. They're so bad that they're good, right? It's got to be funny though. You got to make me laugh. You got to keep me entertained. It's like, that's why I have no problem with those kinds of movies, because they know they're not going to take themselves too seriously with their film. They know right off the bat that they're not trying to make something really scary. What I think is terrible is when filmmakers try to make something scary and they fail really bad. It's the same, so it's kind of vice versa. If you try to make a horror comedy, make it funny, and if you try to make a scary movie, make it scary. We went for scary with the Sawyer Massacre. We'll find out if we succeeded or not. I don't know. We tried anyways. We'll see. But that's indie filmmaking for you. Any other suggestions? That's probably, we're pretty much at the hour mark. We'll just call her there, and I will make a choice. I'm gonna go through those, see what's available on Netflix or Tubi. Hopefully, the thing about Tubi is the ads. I don't know. And I grew up in the 80s and 90s where you had ads on TV all the time, and so I should be used to it. I feel so spoiled now that we've got you can record TV and fast forward through the ads and all that kind of stuff. But Poughkeepsie tape is an interesting one. I think it was pretty deep. That might be interesting to watch. Maniac Cop. I've already seen that one. I think he's already suggested that one. I've seen that one. Joyride. Have I seen Joyride? Yeah. I think it's on Tubi. Toby Hooper's Funhouse. The Funhouse, yes. Pretty sure I've seen that one too. There's a few of the old school Toby Hooper ones I've seen. Like Eaten Alive I've seen. That's where I saw it. Well, yeah, if I have to go to Tubi to watch these movies, I will. I just don't like the ads. I'm spoiled now. Spoiled. And you can't fast forward through them. It's kind of like YouTube as well, though. You know, you get ads on half the stuff you watch. I don't think there's any ads on my side. I'm not monetized yet. I don't put out enough content to get monetized. Just look, still on Tubi. Oh, there you go. Well, I will definitely. I'll toy around with it, and it'll come with the decision in the next couple days. Figure out which one I want to watch. Probably only one. I don't know. If I have a slow week, I'll watch 2, and we'll talk about 2 movies. Yeah. There you go. I'm surprised they don't have ads on live shows. But it's live. Unless there's an option for like on YouTube, like me doing this live show, where I could just, if I want to make you guys wait and put on an ad, I could. But nope, I don't. What else were you guys saying in there? Color Out of Space with Nick Cage. Never seen that one. We're getting some good suggestions now. So that's a great one, huh? I have 1K subs, so you can monetize. You have 1K. No, that's not all there is to get monetized. Apparently, they make you think that's what it is. Yeah, 1,500 subscribers. So once you hit one, you have the potential to be monetized. Potential. You need, I believe it's 40,000 live viewing hours, something like that. And I'm like not even halfway there. It's like, so it just basically means I don't put out enough content. I need to be putting out probably 3 times a week to get enough content to be monetized. That's what YouTube told me. That's what they basically said. That's what you need to be monetized. So unless they've changed something, but yeah, I mean, I hope to eventually be able to do something 3 times a week. John will talk more about possibly doing that collaboration. We'll see. If we can come up with a good collaboration, maybe we'll do Tuesday nights. And then I'll get 3 times a week doing something on here. I don't think I could I probably couldn't get monetized doing twice a week. You never know. It's possible, but it's something like 40,000 hours. I think it said live views, so that's what it seemed like it said to me. Live views. Okay. So I don't know how that would work with pre-recorded videos. Like, do you have to premiere every video and make sure everybody's watching it live? I don't know. Like my trailer. Well, my teaser is only a minute long, so even if I had 100 people view it live, that would still only count for an hour and a half, of live views. Yeah, it's weird. I don't care. Whatever. If I get monetized, great. If I don't, I just want to have fun on YouTube. Be nice to get monetized, though. It'd be nice, but I doubt I would get a lot from it. I doubt I would. Yeah, but you never know. I do have a Patreon. I don't know if I shared that in the description. I don't really know what to do with the Patreon. I should do something with it. I don't really know how to use Patreon too well, but I keep hearing people saying Patreon is great. So I should actually look into doing something with that Patreon. I don't know. I'm not going to be just raising money on Indiegogo forever. That's for sure. Just for movies, and that, like, no matter what, that money doesn't go to me. It goes to the movie in some way. A lot of the money from our recent campaign is going to post-production and the premiere. That's what our goal is set for. That's how much we would realistically need to complete post-production and the premiere. I ain't getting any of it. I can't. It's a fan film. I guess I could if it wasn't a fan film, but no. Not on this. Anyways, guys. But yeah, I keep hearing people say good things about Patreon, so I don't know. I've been meaning to go over it a little bit, but just really haven't had the time. I don't know. Well, one day. I don't know. We'll see. What are you guys saying before we shut her down? I'm down to collab, just be a guest on your channel. That's the thing. I don't know if I want you to just be a guest. I want a real collaboration. You know? I don't know. Would you want to like really collab? Like, I don't know. And that's okay if not. I totally understand. If you wouldn't want to commit to every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Hey. It'd be cool though. It'd be cool. I mean, I'm open. I'm open. Just know that. I'm open. I'm down. Yeah, I do it for fun. Let money be. Yeah, don't let the money be your driving force. Yeah, exactly. Me either. Patreon is new to me and have no clue what to offer. I don't know. I mean, if I spent a little time researching it, I'd probably figure it out. But I just haven't had time. Not really, anyways. I mean, I could make time. I could make time, but I haven't. I will one day, probably. I don't know. I mean, I'd be cool to make money doing this kind of thing, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to have fun. Hey, there's Santi Coronas. Hey, we're just about to end this stream, unfortunately, but thank you for coming in at the end. We were talking about a movie called Banshee Chapter. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. The movie starred... I don't know who starred in it. It was directed by... I don't know who directed this movie. But it was a good movie. Who directed it? I'm not going to bother. Blair or somebody. Blair or somebody or other. It was a good movie, though. It was different. Very different movie. Very different. It's Morgan said it best, I think. It was a found footage hybrid. Ooh. Found footage hybrid. Interesting. Anyways, guys, I think that'll do it for me. And Santi, if you have a suggestion for next week, too, to throw into the mix, feel free to add it to the pile. And we've had a few suggestions. I'm going to kind of go through all the suggestions and see which one is most accessible. And you guys can keep suggesting the same movies if your movie doesn't make your suggestion, one of your suggestions doesn't make it this week, suggest it again next week. But I'm going to forget, though. I'm not going to just keep going back on these episodes to see what was suggested the previous week. And so keep suggesting your movie if it does not get picked. There you go. Jared's basically telling me to get off and have a good week. Have a good weekend. Get the fuck off the air now. No, I know that's not what you're saying. But I will. It's gone over an hour. That's all I can really expect is to go over an hour on these shows. Maybe when I'm talking about two movies, we'll go longer. But for now, it's not. I think something. I'll think of something and DM you. Okay, you can do that. You can do that as well. All right, guys. You guys have been awesome. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful night. Take her easy.